How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another album review. And this this album request was sort of recommended. I kind of chose it, but my friend Rock and Jonathan said I should review more albums from Megadeth. So I was like, okay. He said Metallica and Megadeth, but I chose Megadeth's latest album. So that's what we'll be reviewing today. This will be my review for Megadeth Dystopia. This is their latest album that came out in 2016. Right off the bat, it's one of my favorite albums of 2016. I think it's a great one. This album has a very unique atmosphere, which, hence the title, because it's supposed to be a post-apocalyptic type album. Let's talk about some of these tracks. The opening track is The Threat Is Real. I think it's a pretty good album opener. It's kind of got this eerie type vibe at the beginning, and yeah, Dave's vocals and his guitar work is pretty darn good. And the title track, Dystopia, I really like the riffs in this song. It's one of my favorites from this record. Same could be said about Fatal Illusion. Now, some people I know compared this to a Black Sabbath song. I believe it's on Master of Reality. I can't remember the name of the song, but I know some people have compared it to that, and I can see that a little bit. It kind of has that vibe going for it, and that's pretty awesome because I like Master of Reality. And let's see. Bullet to the Brain is another good one. Now, when I first bought the album, when I first listened to it and things like that, this was my favorite track on the album. And, I really liked, the chorus changes and, the instrument work, really brutal riffs, thrash riffs. Dave really does know what he's doing. And, yeah, it's definitely just a dominating song. And I believe the next song is Post-American World. I believe this is a single. This is a great one. Let me tell you, it's one of my favorites. It's a real heavy one. Really, really intense riffs. I mean, really heavy riffs in this song. And Dave's vocals, very aggressive, and it kind of slows things down during the bridge, with an acoustic part that also has an eerie type vibe, with that post-apocalyptic feel. Hence the title. No pun intended. And another track worth talking about is Lying in State. Now, this here is another great track. It's a great, just thrash song. It just has a really great pace and a really, epic feel to it. And yeah. And I know they've recently made a music video for that song, very recently. And I gotta say, man, the music video was outstanding. I was very blown away by it. It's one of my favorite music videos from Megadeth, and for multiple reasons, because it references past albums like Peace Sells but Who's Buying and Rust in Peace. When the guy pulls out that sword and says Rust in Peace on it, I was just like, what? That was awesome. It was really awesome. Yeah, just awesome music video. Very epic, So that's kind of all the highlights for me. I will talk about the closing tracks. The closing tracks are alright, but I feel like that's where the weak parts of the album come in. But they're not bad. So yeah, guys, that's my review for Dystopia by Megadeth. I think it's a pretty darn good album. I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because it does lack a few things. One of the things it lacks is replay value. Now, there is definitely replay value for a lot of these tracks, especially Dystopia, Fatal Illusion, Post-American World, and Lying in State are all, have all replay value. However, I don't think this album is as good as Megadeth's previous work. I still prefer their albums from the 80s and early 90s. So yeah, but their 2000s work is definitely good, and I think part of the reason people love Dystopia and why a lot of people respect it is because their last album was Super Collider, which was one of their weaker albums. So I think, people were just excited that they were getting a better album. That does happen, when bands come up with better music. Like, that it's better, but you just know that they'll never go back to their prime from the 80s and 90s. So, but that doesn't take away from the greatness of this record. I think it's a really good one. I don't think I would have it listed like in my top 5 Megadeth catalog, but it might be in my top 10. I might give it that. So yeah, brilliant. Just a great album. I want to know what you guys think of it. I recommend this to fans of thrash metal and to Metallica fans. And I know Metallica fans might be freaking out when I say that, but hey, look, I'm a Metallica fan, so if Metallica fans like myself can like Megadeth, so can you. I don't believe in the entire, Megadeth and Metallica fan wars. I believe, you should listen to both. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Thanks so much for watching, and take care. Please also leave a recommendation what album I should review next. See you guys next time.